AI or artificial intelligence is a bit of a buzzword right now, and sometimes it can feel too complex or even too far off to help with your own business. So today, I want to help you fix that. I'm going to show you a really simple roadmap for AI beginners to focus on your goals first and then just get the value from your AI. So I want to start by a quick analogy because I like to think of AI as a Formula One racing car. So a Formula One racing car is immensely powerful and very fast, but it's only as good as the pit crew. And the pit crew is you, is your team. So the Formula One car is AI, and the pit crew is how you tune that car, how you make it go faster, and how you shave times off the different laps. So let's talk about how we do that. I want to share with you a framework for working with AI, which is really simple. In fact, it's something that Elon Musk uses to build massive companies and ultimately achieve his goal of getting to Mars. And the reason I want to show this is because it's not about the technology. So let's dig into this. Because Elon Musk actually lured AI engineers away from Meta because instead of the insane pay packages that Meta was promising, he promised something called doing something great, a purpose, a mission, which is get to Mars. So this just goes to show how it's not about compensation, it's not about the technology, it's about doing something good. And I want to break this down into 3 simple steps that you can use for your teams as your starter AI roadmap. So I'm going to use this triangle here to show you. So it starts with 3 things. The first thing is goals. That's the top. That's where your mission is. The second thing is strategy. And the third point is actions. And these 3 make up the mission-driven roadmap that'll get your teams working with AI. So let's break that down. First, we start with the goals. You need to ask your team, what's the business outcome? What's the one thing you want to improve? So maybe with AI, maybe it's you want to save time on a manual process or maybe improving customer response. That's what you need to focus on first, that vision, mission, and goal that you want to achieve. In the case of SpaceX, it was get to Mars. Next, you focus on the strategy. How are we going to achieve that goal? So for improving that manual process, you might want to say, okay, how can AI help? Let's look at the process itself and look at a basic automation tool or maybe some machine learning model to automate the flow of data from our data set in ERP or enterprise reporting system or resource management system through to our data reports. And then finally, the actions. And these are the number of actions that you're actually going to make it real to deliver on your goals and your strategy. So for the improving the manual process, it might be starting small with a pilot. So one quick workflow measuring results. In the case of SpaceX, we talked about that mission goal of getting to Mars. The strategy is to develop reusable rockets. And the actions are we're going to test out those rockets in multiple times. And in fact, I just saw last week how that SpaceX are testing the deployment of dummy satellites into the atmosphere, which is again part of this overall process, this pilot testing to achieve that overall goal of that winning the space race and using those reusable rockets. So let's take this down into a real life example that you can use. So say your example goal is to reduce your team's time spent on manual data entry by 50%. You want to free up half of your team's time from manual data entry on reporting. That's the goal, the 50% reduction. So what's the strategy to achieve that? We want to identify one automation tool that we can use and pilot. So we'll go away, do some research and find out how that tool can handle the repetitive tasks. Then the first action is we're going to run a pilot or a POC, proof of concept, for maybe 1 week to actually prove out the tool, see what results we get. Guarantee you won't get the best results straight away, but you'll get some results and that enables you to pivot. So when I've tested this with our own teams and my clients, the first week typically involves getting some results of maybe reducing maybe an hour or 2 hours from the process. And sometimes we get bad results, but if it's contributing to the overall goal, then we keep going. If it doesn't, we pivot and do something else. The point is, you need to tie your goals, your strategy, and your pilot and your actions all together. So your goals, making sure they pick the right tool, and then that delivers the right actions. So you might be thinking, I'm too busy for this. We're too busy in the day job, getting things online and making things run smoothly or delivering reports. But trust me, these tools only take a couple of minutes per day. You can do them with your teams and it's very easy. And if you don't, trust me, if you don't have time to do this now, you certainly don't have the time to do the rework that caused by not making your processes efficient later on. So you don't need to be an AI expert to get value. You just need to get started with this 3 simple framework of goals, strategy, and actions. Hope that helps to your success.